And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low, head on a swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Shell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Therefore, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at. Represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler mud life. We all in all black, it's like life.
All we do is win.
You riding or what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. The Houston Rockets come into this one following a loss to the Wizards. So the Rockets win the two. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. McCray is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Malone. And it's Francis in the point guard position. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Houston making some changes. Yao comes in for Malone. And Olajuwon subbed in for McCray. And here's Jordan outside. And David Robinson pulls it down. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. On defense, San Antonio. It's Jordan on the wing. Yao in the high post. He dishes it to Olajuwon. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And Olajuwon drops them both. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And that one's good.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
And it's Yao missing. On defense, Houston.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Gervin with it, and it's Harden picking him up. pass to Durant. Three-pointer. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Yao. Another miss by Houston.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Inside. No good, unable to end this run.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Here's Robinson, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Harden's got his first points of the night. Now here's Parker. He's covered closely. Feeds it to Duncan. He kicks to Durant. Lets it go with the three. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do. And, Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
Shot clock at 6. Harden. The second chance effort. Francis' shot is off. Here's Parker. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
A different look now for San Antonio. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Robinson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kevin Durant. And Elliott subbed in for Gervin. Jordan kicks to Olajuwon. Here's Yao. True on the 14-footer.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
The shot's good from Abdul-Jabbar.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this. One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
And here's Harden for 3. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Now here's Jordan. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Olajuwon kicks to Yao. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Inside, and stolen by Yao. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Olajuwon with it. Leonard picks him up. Francis' shot is off. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Parker's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Harden against Leonard. It's Harden with the drive. That's good.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Parker outside. Offense, the order of the... And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Heat.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston. Yao is out there with Olajuwon. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Francis in at the one. Here's Olajuwon. Not really his range, and it's off target. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 4 again on the bucket from James Harden.
Man, I love to see James Harden go to work and shoot that ball.
Now here's Johnson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Brakowski, he's checked in for the Spurs. Here's Johnson. Johnson double teamed. Kicks it to Robinson. Back to Johnson. Wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Yao misses.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. On defense, San Antonio. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Johnson left side. It's tipped. Smith on the wing. Launches a 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dishes it to Gervin. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Gervin's got 7 points in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Rockets trailed by 11. They set the pick. Smith the pass to McCray. The dish to McAdoo. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Spurs leading by 9. Gervin outside. Got a piece of it. And there's the foul. It's on the Bulldozer. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Duncan, he's checked in for Robinson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kevin Durant. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Johnson. Rakowski. And he goes in for the dunk.
That's what I like. A nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
The Spurs have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Rockets trailed by 11. Here's Ginobili. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
San Antonio making a switch here. Elliott's checked in. And the basket good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Nice shot by Smith.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Duncan. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Smith, no luck.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall. And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Oh, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Spurs leading by 10. 11 feet away. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Duncan's got 4 this quarter. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. There's the bucket. Good. Parker's got his second basket of the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
To the paint. Here's Duncan. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
The clock runs. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. One of the stories here, George Gervin getting it done today.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. One of the stories here, George Gervin getting it done today.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Tony Parker is out there with Gervin. Then it's Duncan. Then it's Durant. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. Outside, Ginobili. That's good. Ginobili's got 8 points.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Smith kicks to Malone. The feed to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his third personal foul.
Manu Ginobili is one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet. That goes not just for the NBA, but any sport. I mean, a true competitor in every sense of the word.
On the topic of Ginobili, he's the guy who, when things aren't going well for your team, takes things into his own hands. He takes over, tries to coordinate. His will to win is, as Greg Popovich will tell you, out of this world.
I mean, you know, he's not just physically tough, but as mentally tough as anybody, arguably, who's ever played the game. What a big-time performer and a big shot maker.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Olajuwon's checked in for Malone. Jordan comes in for McCray. And it's Harden in for Smith.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
The Spurs making a switch here. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in.
You know, it's interesting. It really had been mostly a cordial relationship between Durant and the media up until last season. And then at the All-Star break, I mean, he had some biting remarks.
Passes it to McAdoo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Personal foul.
Durant's comments during the All-Star break about the media, he might have been right with some of his comments. I don't know, though, that he really was happy that they came out the way they did.
I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, he made it clear that he doesn't view the media as all that friendly, though.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And Ginobili, here we go. McAdoo dishes to Ginobili. Hits the three-point bomb. Ginobili's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Rockets.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Harden outside. Misses the 3.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Here's McAdoo. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Olajuwon kicks to McAdoo. Here's Ginobili. Robinson with the block. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. A three-pointer off the mark. Rockets trail by 17. Jordan with it. He's picked up by Parker. The shot by Jordan, no good. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Kawhi Leonard.
A different look now for San Antonio. Leonard comes in for Robinson. And Elliott subbed in for Gervin. From deep, Harden. Great D that time from Leonard.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Spurs leading by 19. .106 left in the third. Parker passes to Leonard. Offensive rebound.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
And that one's good. Here's Parker. Parker double teamed. Durant in the corner. From deep. Parker's shot is off.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Ginobili on the wing, covered by Parker. Ginobili kicks to Olajuwon. Abdul-Jabbar with the block. And as we end the third quarter, a double. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. So on the floor for Houston, we've got McAdoo, Harden out there with Ginobili. Then it's Olajuwon, and it's Jordan in the small forward position. Here's Parker. Double team on Parker. Duncan goes in. Good. And the Spurs lead by 17.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now. Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
2 shots.
I tell you what, at this point in his career, it is safe to say, actually has been for a while, that Duncan might be one of the best power forwards ever. He is, clearly. 5 rings, 50-win seasons, his whole career, the complete package on the box.
Here's Olajuwon, and he makes good on the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Duncan dishes to Parker. but they recover it. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Rockets trailed by 17. Now the pass to McAdoo. Duncan with the block. Here's Gervin. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
That's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Shoots the 3. And that one's good. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Olajuwon, good.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Here's Robinson. Here's Leonard. And another basket for San Antonio.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Harden up top, covered by Parker. Harden the pass to Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Back to Harden. Olajuwon shot is good.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
And it's Gervin missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Olajuwon kicks to Ginobili. Harden outside. To the paint. Leonard with the steal. Here's Gervin. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on James Harden.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
San Antonio calls timeout. Well, guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark, he's going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
Leonard dishes to Duncan. And he dunks it down.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
And when you're defending Harden, it really is a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Spurs.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort, Kevin. Everybody got involved, and that paid dividends.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3. Olajuwon, good.
And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the whole defense with him. And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway. Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Here's McAdoo. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. McAdoo, the pass to Olajuwon. Lays it up and banks it in. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now here's Parker. It's deflected. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking